on multiple hosts. You know, throw it through some proxies too. You generate a bunch of AIM accounts, and then you can start spamming all these screen names with it. And basically, once you get this up and running, it's just constantly insulting people. And all it does, it's really a very, very simple mechanism. It just, I am somebody and says, "You're ugly," and that's it. It doesn't respond to anything. It doesn't do anything. But it's a beautiful thing. It really is. So let me walk you through like the main points. You got to first gather all the screen names. Easy. You can scrape like off of all social networking sites that people post it. There's the AIM Developer API, which just came out, which is pretty flexible, and some other shit that you can do. And then you can distribute it for more efficiency, less limiting, all that. You have all these multiple connections to AIM that are running all these hosts, and there's no way in hell that AIM can block all this. And you have like a centralized server which keeps a database of the queue of screen names to be insulted and keeps track of who's been insulted and stuff. And then you have a whole bunch of screen names, you have a whole bunch of screen names that you have that are instant messaging other people, so that's constantly rotating, so it can't block all those. Whoa, not good at PowerPoint. So then you also need a bunch of accounts, but that's easy. You can just generate them. There's a CAPTCHA on aim.com or something, but it's no big deal. And it even has a GUI like for happy interface and like managing things. You can see who's been insulted. You can even view conversation logs of like there are people, like all it does is say "you're ugly." It won't respond to anything they say or anything, but it'll just like say, "you're ugly," and people will just talk like for a long time about it. They'll just talk to it and be like, "Hey," they'll have like these long conversations and go on for hours. I don't really get it, but it's really, really funny to read. And it also just, snatches whatever publicly available information you can get off of AIM about all the users too, whatever. And it's also very useful because it provides a framework for, we have this framework, you can just instant message a URL to a whole bunch of people who will be stupid enough to click on it. And this will have, this could theoretically have an exploit for popular browsers. Now, of course, Internet Explorer, everybody knows, that's not very secure or whatever. But it's recently come to light that Firefox is also fairly not secure, actually, as our research labs have discovered. But I mean, really, who uses Firefox? Like, I mean, who cares? Like, it doesn't really matter. So, like, but there's this cool new exploit. This is him, but.
Yeah, just like Wynn's daughter. We've personally experienced this.
Not me, that's him. I have no business with this. But anyway, but the interesting thing about Firefox is its JavaScript runs reentrantly. Now JavaScript's like, it's always theoretically had like a threaded framework or whatever, but it's never actually been implemented in any VM as actually multi-threaded environment. But Firefox, I guess accidentally they just made it multi-threaded somehow. And you can fire a timer in another timer, which will reentrantly stop execution in one thread, switch to another thread, and then you can call stuff recursively as well. And once you do that, if you try and call recursive functions in Firefox, it'll just be like, nah, sorry, and it'll kill your process. But if you do it this way, then it can't tell. Like if you do some cool tricks, you can reentrantly call functions in Firefox recursively, and then it just blows up and Stack overflows. And it's pretty funny. And yeah, stuff like, you basically just, you create an object, you create a prototype that calls itself. So it's like half recursive, but it's like object-oriented and reentrant because you just set the time on it, and yeah, it blows up. And it works on Firefox, Mac OS X, Windows, and Linux. And it's a fun Stack Overflow for arbitrary code execution. Works on all the latest browsers. And it has fun results in other browsers too, like Safari just instantly quits with a seg fault. And I tried on Internet Explorer and I couldn't kill the process. Like Windows was just like, I don't know what the fuck. Well, shit. But basically, the point is, like you go view a web page, code's run on your computer, botnet, all that stuff we were talking about botnets earlier. This is just one great way to put them together. Should you want to? I'm not advocating this, but well, yeah. And just like to throw out one other little project we got going on right now, which is I call it the Extreme Social Network Mapper. Just you build some embedded devices. They're really simple. Just acts as a this point. People connect to it. You spoof DNS, HTTP, and then you throw up fake login pages for Facebook, MySpace, whatever, and then you get all these people's login information. And what this does, this solves a very important problem that's been going on right now in our Web 2.0 world, which is that we have all these social networking sites, and we have all these people, doing stuff. And we want to network. We want to graph their network. We want to find out how their social network works. But it's always a pain in the ass, dealing with APIs and data and stuff. So really, you can just use this and just get the data straight off the service without having to deal with people giving you information or, exporting data or whatever. It's pretty efficient.
And if you want to build a botnet that has lots and lots of longevity, MySpace has so many stupid people that will never wipe the machine. And like seriously, you can botnet some social networking to assholes, and it'll stay installed for like 3 years sometimes. I mean, it's so good. It's so very good.
Yeah. So that's the majority of our talk right there, and we just got some shout-outs or whatever. But I think we have a special guest coming up. Actually, if you'd like to come up, sir. Come talk with us. We have a respected security professional from Firefox who would like to come and discuss the state of Firefox security with us. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Here, you can take my mic here. Talk to the
So you were describing a Stack Overflow bug. So those usually aren't security overflows. I mean security holes.
Trust me. Reverend Mischa has the working exploit for that one. I mean, there's all sorts of other stuff in Firefox. I mean, some div style shit. Yeah. If you want more, like we could show you a couple more, but we've got around 30 or so good stuff in Firefox. I mean, it's really so ruinable. JavaScript doesn't have any semaphores or mutexes. Like, why the fuck would you want to make it multi-threaded? I mean, it's just like obvious shit, Like,
are a lot of the problems you found related to JavaScript reentrancy?
No. I mean, not many. We're not disclosing. We're not disclosing.
That's right.
But what is what does Firefox do to like protect their users from this stuff? At least Microsoft has a good security process. Like vulnerabilities in Firefox have taken months in recent history to fix. And like what do you guys do to protect people?
We try to fix bugs quickly. We try to find bugs before you do.
Is over 2 months an appropriate response time to you?
For a bug that's reported privately.
For a bug that's recorded privately, so no one people audit software. There's only like a handful of people. There's no black hats out there botnetting. I don't know anyone that does that sort of thing. That would be very, very wrong.
2 months isn't too bad, but it's better if it's faster.
Yeah.
I mean, Apple took about 3 months when I reported a bug in Safari.
Yeah. Apple is a bunch of douchebags on security too. I mean, if they had any real number of users, I would be owning them like crazy. I mean, come on. Let's face it. Apple. No real market share.
Well, now, part of the problem with fixing bugs in Firefox, though, is I've looked at the JavaScript source code, and so has a bunch of other professionals. And everybody I've talked to just says it's a complete mess to patch it. Like, it's all over the place. It's like one file has most of the code just in one C file. Like, it's completely impossible to patch. Like, how are you going to have a fast response time for these things?
Yeah, I've tried looking at that code. I can understand it. And I found fuzzing. We're trying to fix them.
All right. That's good enough.
So I hope you guys do change your mind and decide to report the holes to us and take only $500 per vulnerability instead of using them for botnets and making tons of thousands of dollars.
The thing about botnets is that really we're doing a public service to the internet because we're just people who shouldn't be on the internet anyways. Let's face it. I mean, come on. We need to get back to the point of like X25 where there was a great scene. The X25 scene was awesome. We need to get back to this. Yeah. Oh fuck you, dude. We need to get back to that point where the internet is an elitist place where only intelligent people that are capable of ruining shit can communicate. And fuck the proles. I mean, just screw them. But
whose computers are you going to build botnets Nobody's using the internet.
Well, if nobody's using the internet, yes, China. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, you know. But what we're doing, I think it's a greater good for the internet than it is bad. You know, is that we're setting up communication networks for black hats to operate, and really, this is the only way that the corporate structure can be fought without a violent coup. You know, what are you gonna do? I mean, I'd rather have some boxes owned and see shit just ruined all over the place than people with AK-47s in the street. You know.
We are saving lives.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you guys at least think you have noble goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. Give him a hand. Give this man a hand. Thank you. Hey, yeah, question, you. You in the shirt.
Oh, shit, I've heard of you. All right. It's too much of an inside joke there, Snakes. You're pushing it. I'd like to talk a minute about the Eleatic School. Who's familiar with the Eleatics, the Greeks? Anyone?
One person, awesome.
Oh, one person, okay. Well, the Eleatic School was a school of philosophy, and basically the guy Parmenides who invented it, he thought that the whole world was one connected place, that there's no I, there's no individual, we're all one system. And I can sympathize a lot with this, because if you think about it, like, computers can only do what code that they are capable of. I mean, a computer doesn't fuck up. You can't really be dishonest with a computer. I mean, you can say that we're doing a bad thing, but if you think about it, if I overflow something and I take over something, really I've only done something that the code that was written on that computer has allowed me to do. I haven't been dishonest with that. So if you think about it, the state machine of the internet is one big connected blob. I mean, there's no, I do believe in property rights, and the hardware that your computer has is definitely yours, but once you connect that computer to the internet, you're not, like, the software that's running on it isn't an individual piece, it's like, it's part of one system, and anyone that has the capability to enter anything in that system has the right to do so. They should do it more often. It's not...
That's it, unless there's any pertinent questions. Yeah, you in the back. No, we are perfectly fine. I don't know about that guy, but
Oh no! Oh yeah! I'm sorry, Misha. Should I say? No. I don't want to get Misha fired from his job, so I will refrain.
You could come off the stage. You could do it alone.
No. We're not talking about LulJ. Yes, we're not talking about LulJ. What would you like to talk about, Misha?
I think we're done here, unless anything else.
Yeah. How do you accidentally suck a dick?
I'm not sure. That one would be really hard to. It just would seem extremely difficult to accidentally suck a dick.
Yeah, and furthermore, one time might be an accident, but the second time, is it still an accident the second time?
No, that's obviously.
All right, this convention has gone south. I believe our presentation is over.
Goodbye,
Thank you very
everyone.
much, and have a wonderful, wonderful Toorcon. I love you all. You've been great. Thank you. Thank you so much.